After witnessing an hour of what some may call Nintendo Nirvana, I've boiled down the Switch 2 Direct to just the top 100 facts that you need to know. Some of the most interesting of which were hidden in the trailers and not explicitly stated out loud, while others were hidden on the Nintendo website just minutes after the Direct for us nerds to discover. So from Mario Kart World to GameChat to Donkey Kong Bananza, here's 100 facts about the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct that you didn't know. The Switch 2's new animation has them clicking in from the sides, mimicking the new magnetic Joy-Cons. Mario Kart World will be a launch title for the Switch 2 and released simultaneously on June 5th, 2025. This means it will have been a 4,025-day wait for a brand new main console Mario Kart game to release, as Mario Kart 8 came out May 29th, 2014. The game is completely free roam in open world. All the tracks connect and you can drive anywhere you want, even off-road. You can see here in these shots street signs directing you towards new courses, helping you discover new courses throughout your adventure. Gliders have seemed to have been removed. Instead, we have vehicle transformations. Carts can turn into planes, boats, and even snowmobiles. However, there's still a glider ramp to signify when the car-plane transformation occurs. Characters can also seem to transform into stage-specific costumes. They do this by eating this special burger item, perhaps found at the Yoshi Burger locations. Speaking of Yoshi, Yoshi Burger Yoshi is here. We're so back. The game has one of the craziest rosters I've ever seen, with the Moo Moo Meadows cow to the Cool Cool Mountain penguin, and literally so many more that I can't even name them all without this getting repetitive. They really just open the floodgates and let everyone in. In this game, there will be a day-night cycle as well as weather changes. These atmospheric changes will hopefully change how you drive on each and every track. In this shot here, it appears some races will have an active start, where you can drive slowly before the race begins. This will work in knockout mode to make the smooth transitions from track to track still feel like the start of a race without leaving the open world. Even though they will have an active start, the fast start tech during the countdowns will still work regardless. From the tracks confirmed so far, these are the retro tracks returning in Mario Kart World: Desert Hills, Shy Guy Bazaar, Wario Stadium, Airship Fortress, DK Pass, Sky High Sundae, Wario Shipyard, Koopa Troopa Beach, Mario Circuit 3, Moo Moo Meadows, and Toad's Factory, which I don't think we see, but we hear a new remix for it in the trailer. Also, one of the brand new tracks seems to be an homage to the original Donkey Kong arcade game, with red steel beams and barrels. Anti-gravity seems to have been removed from Mario Kart World, as you can see racers driving up this slanted wall without sideways tires. Instead, you can now grind and ride on walls and rails, giving a boost when you trick off them. There are 7 cups shown in the trailer. The only cup not shown off is the Special Cup, which is more than likely just going to be an unlockable cup housing the game's Rainbow Road. Knockout Tours will have their own rally cups made out of 6 tracks on the map. Each race will eliminate the bottom 4 racers, going all the way down from 24 to 4 racers. When in first place of a Knockout Tour, you'll have a little crown above your head, reminiscent of Super Mario 3D World. The Mega Mushroom will be returning for the first time since Mario Kart Wii. The Mario Kart Tour Ice Flower, Hammer, and Coin Box items will all be making their home console debut in Mario Kart World. We can see a brand new golden shell in this shot right here for literally 16 frames. I've got no clue what it could do, but the fact that it is there to begin with is insane. This is the first brand new shell item since the blue shell was added to Mario Kart 64. In this shot, you can see a driving barrel, which when driven through will barrel boost you into the sky. You can take control of this truck by driving inside of it to get a massive speed boost. Courses will be free roam. However, in some scenarios like standard Grand Prix, barriers will go up to direct you towards the correct path. The Cloud Flower, which has not been seen since Super Mario Galaxy 2, makes a return as one of the icons of a knockout rally. In this shot from the overview trailer, you can see a screen showing 12 characters, and page indicators showing 4 pages. This means if you do the math, hypothetically, we could be getting 48 characters at launch. The last page could not be completely full, but even then, that would be at least 37 characters, which is still a ton. The mysterious C button has been revealed to be the GameChat button. This button pulls up a GameChat menu at the bottom of the screen for you and 4 other friends to chat. The Switch 2 system has a built-in microphone that can pick up your voice from across the room. The mic has noise cancellation to block out game and background noise. You can also screen share your games to others from the GameChat menu, even while playing different games. GameChat will be free to all Nintendo Switch 2 users until March 31st, 2026, to allow all players to get the chance to use it. The magnets in the brand new Joy-Cons are actually stored in the SR and SL buttons. The release button on the back pushes the Joy-Cons away from the console and disengages the magnets using this little mechanism. Nintendo will be selling a camera accessory which will allow you to see your friends while playing games. The camera will be able to block out the background of shots as well as overlay your face inside of games. Download Play from the Nintendo DS is back, this time called GameShare. GameShare will allow you to share a game with friends to their console without them needing to own the games themselves. GameShare will also work over the internet, allowing you to share games with friends anywhere in the world. GameShare will also be able to share compatible games to Switch 1, Switch Lite, and Switch OLED. The Switch 2 is 1.7 inches bigger than the Switch 1 screen, but the exact same thickness. The bigger and better screen will use HDR10, allowing for more vivid and crisp gameplay. For the first time in Nintendo history, the Switch 2 will have 4K support when docked. When not docked, the Switch will be able to run at 1080p 120 frames per second. Both the left and right Joy-Cons will have mouse functionality used in select games. The Switch 2 will have 3D sound with headphones to give that immersive in-game surround sound feeling. Switch 2 will have 8 times the amount of base storage as the Switch 1 had, with a whopping 256 gigabytes. The Switch 2 dock has one AC adapter port, one HDMI port, a LAN port, and 2 USB ports on the side. It also has an internal fan, keeping your Switch 2 cool as a cucumber while playing beefy games. Thank God. Although it hasn't been officially announced, it appears Woolly World will also be getting a Switch port, as you can see the bottom of what appears to be the game art right here. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour is this console's tech demo game. It is a paid digital-only experience that will be releasing the same day as the Switch 2. The game takes place on top of a Switch 2, and has you going around trying different tech demos and learning what the Switch 2 is capable of. For instance, this demo shows off HD Rumble 2 and how it will differ from the original Joy-Cons. The Switch 2's game cards are the exact same shape as the Switch 1's. However, internally they have much faster data reading speeds, and it's also red. How neat. Nintendo also announced game key cards on their website for digital games released physically. Basically how it works is you buy the game and get the box and game key card as you would any other physical game. Then when you put the key card in the console, it will download the game and allow you to play it. This basically allows you to buy digital games and resell them, as well as allow parents to buy digital games as gifts without the awkwardness of digital codes. And no, this isn't for all physical games, this is just for these specific digital games that don't have physical cartridges. The new Switch Pro controller has been upgraded for the Switch 2. It includes the C button at the bottom of the controller, a headphone jack, and additional GL and GR buttons on the back of the controller. The Switch 2 will only accept microSD express cards and not the standard microSD cards that you could use on the Switch. Alongside backwards compatibility, some Switch 2 games will be receiving Switch 2 editions, which will enhance the performance of the games, as well as add some additional content. These Switch 2 editions can be bought as their own games, or upgraded from the Switch 1 versions for an additional price. However, if you're a Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Pack member, all the Switch 2 Edition upgrade packs will be added to your past games for no additional charge. As a part of Mario Party Jamboree's upgrade pack, you will get Jamboree TV, a brand new Mario Party mode that takes use of the Switch 2's features. In this mode, we see new minigames using mouse controls, microphone support, and the new camera accessory. The camera will also work to show your reactions in-game. This is both hilarious and a little bit disturbing. Other Switch 2 editions confirmed so far are Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, Kirby and the Forgotten Land plus Star Crossed World, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and Pokemon Legends ZA. In Prime 4, you will be able to use mouse mode for camera controls and shooting, just like desktop shooter games. Zelda Notes is a new Nintendo Switch Online app service available for Switch 2 editions of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. They will allow you to navigate via your phone and check play data and more. The first game shown off to take full use of the mouse control feature is Drag and Drive. This is a wheelchair basketball game where you push the mice forward to move and flick your wrist to shoot a basket. By riding up the ramp and doing a flip, you can dunk on all of your opponents. Some big third-party games were announced as well for the Switch 2, including Elden Ring, Hades 2, and EA Sports FC and Madden. Deltarune Chapters 1 and 4 were also announced to be launch day titles for Switch 2. Hollow Knight Silksong, a game announced in 2019, finally, after years of delays, has been given a new release year of 2025. Now, let's see if they can stick to that. A brand new Hyrule Warriors game based on events prior to Tears of the Kingdom was announced for winter 2025. It will be called Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. The Nintendo GameCube Nintendo Classics library has been finally announced to come to Switch 2. Launch games include Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, and F-Zero GX. Other games coming soon are Super Mario Sunshine, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, Super Mario Strikers, Chibi Robo, Luigi's Mansion, and Pokemon Colosseum. The Nintendo Switch Online library of games has also been renamed to Nintendo Classics. This time around, you'll be able to map your own controls for each separate game in the Nintendo Classics library. Masahiro Sakurai's secret project he announced back on his YouTube channel in October 2024 has been revealed to be Kirby Air Riders. He submitted the proposal for the game back in October of 2021 and started production on it in April 2022. This is the first time Sakurai, the creator of Kirby, has developed a Kirby game in over 22 years, the last game being the original Kirby Air Ride for the GameCube in 2003. Donkey Kong Bananza will be the first 3D Donkey Kong in over 25 years, the last time being Donkey Kong 64. In this game, you can break anything, or it appears so. From what we see here in the trailer, you can casually tear apart the map by smashing away anything in his way. From the Donkey Kong Bananza website, it appears the game's levels will progress downwards. Donkey Kong will have to smash his way down to recover his beloved golden bananas. Donkey Kong appears to have a little purple guy on his back that will more than likely be his sidekick for the new game. He even appears on the box art alongside DK himself. Also, if you haven't noticed, Donkey Kong has gotten a complete makeover. This was hinted in the Switch 2 reveal trailer, but now we know why. The main collectible in this game are the golden bananas, as well as the fractured mega bananas you can see Donkey Kong hugging here. In this shot, we can see Donkey Kong in a 2D level, reminiscent of the country games. I'm not sure how this will work in-game, but it kinda reminds me of the 2D sections from Mario Odyssey. Ingot Isle is the only named level we can see in this trailer, and it appears to be where Donkey Kong actually starts the game before being pushed below the surface, by what appears to be a ball of molten lava. Ingot Isle has many different neon signs on the side of it. Some of the signs read Poker Chimps, Simple Tools, Bed and Banana, Karaoke, and Gold Rush. It's unknown if these are storefronts or just decoration, but the possibilities here are very interesting. The bad guys in this game seem to work for an evil company called Void Co. This game appears to be a story about resource exploitation and environmental preservation. Gold nuggets appear to be this game's in-game currency, where you might be able to purchase new costumes and abilities. This game comes out July 17th, which means this isn't even their big holiday title. And no, Hyrule Warriors is not going to be their big holiday game. Switch 2 Standard Editions will cost $449, and the Switch 2 plus Mario Kart World will cost $499. Buying the bundle will save you $30, as the digital version of the game will cost you $80, and the physical versions will cost you $90. Donkey Kong Bananza will be $10 cheaper, being $70 digital and $80 physical. That's right, physical is now $10 more than digital. Mario Kart World will be getting a Nintendo Direct on April 17th, showing off even more from this massive game. The Switch 2 AC adapter block will be detachable, making storing the charger much more space efficient. Themes will be returning as seen in the settings menu here. It is still to be determined whether or not they will finally add more besides basic white and basic black. There are two different versions of the Switch 2 overview trailer. In the direct version of the trailer, this shot of Donkey Kong running in Donkey Kong Bananza was not included, but it was added retroactively to this separate upload on the Nintendo YouTube channel after Bananza was announced at the end of the direct. A brand new From Software game titled The Dusk Bloods will be a Switch 2 exclusive and release in 2026. At launch, only 6 games will be compatible with GameShare, those being Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario 3D World, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, Clubhouse Games, Big Brain Academy Brain vs. Brain, and Super Mario Party Jamboree. Mario Party Jamboree will only be able to use GameShare locally, but not online. Nintendo doesn't give a reason, but does list it as a prime example on their website. Nintendo claims the Switch 2 will have 2 to 6.5 hours of battery life, depending on what types of games you play. In Mario Kart World, you can pose and take a picture with friends while in free roam mode. This shot here shows Mario wearing his Super Mario Sunshine costume, with sandals, shine sprites, and sunglasses to boot, possibly hinting at a sunshine-themed track. The Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out June 5th, and between now and then, we will be posting a ton of videos covering the Switch 2 and all of the games coming soon. So if you want even more Switch 2 content, feel free to subscribe and ring the bell so you can get notified every time we upload. Alright, thanks for watching the video, and if you made it this far, be sure to shout out Ben in the comments below. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.